Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Frieren, Season 1, Episode 13. Aversion to One's Own Kind?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon for uncut reactions to all episodes that are currently still blocked on YouTube. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. I think it's a big flashback, like long time ago.
ガキの頃、一緒に小さな冒険をたくさんした親友がいたんだ。体力バカで、ゴリラみたいなやつだった。とは言っても、友達思いでいいゴリラだったよ。そんな夢も忘れかけた頃、そいつから一緒に冒険者にならないかと誘われたんだ。とっていたら、何かが変わっていたんだろうな。じゃあ、今でも後悔しているよ。
なんで私にそんな話をするの？
俺の村は、そしたら、
Oh.
そこら辺にハマっちまった。俺はもう、おしまいだ。でも、この手を取ったら、
She could easily just lift him out of there with magic.
ちょっと待ってね。悩んでる。
Is Fern gonna show up and be like, Frieren, what are you doing?
それに嬢ちゃん、大人ってのは汚いもんなんだぜ。
I love that response.
You don't need that
Just pull your
specific spell.
stick.
Classic. I just love Fern doesn't even care. She's just like, did you find any herbs? Frieren's like, absolutely, we can stay here. Oh.
She's a city girl now.
Now they're gonna have to go back to the village to get someone to heal him up. Maybe you should try and capture that, that snake.
Yeah.
It was like circus music almost.
Yeah, but he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarves are resistant to poison, aren't they?
It's a lot.
Look at that big church right in the middle of town.
I love that.
It's too late? Oh, look who it is. He's like, you're gonna die any second. We need to act quickly. Anyway, what's going on with you? New party member?
Wow. I love how this guy's like, it's too late. There's not even a chance for you.
Over dramatic.
フリーレン様には分かりますか？
私のこと知っているの？
はいてましたので、
Hmm.
この船員は生徒から視察に
Mm.
授けられた。
Oh, so he did like the evaluation?
所詮私は田舎の村から連れ出してやってはくれませんか？きっとあの子はずっと背中を押してくれる誰かを探している。
俺は賛成だぜ、フリーレン。悩むようなことじゃねえだろ。鼻から出てごめんだぜ。
確かに
But I met him when he was almost dying in a swamp alone.
Yeah.
フリーレン様は何が不満なんです？王族権のかな。
Oh, what?
なんだこいつ。とにかく。
What? That he's a
Wrong time?
genius?
Oh. But what about Fern?
She's like, I want to be the most exceptional person in our group.
酒、タバコ、
Gambling.
ギャンブル。生臭すぎないかな。
親睦を深めてるんだ。小僧もやるか？
俺たち僧侶を探しているんだ。仲間にならないか？
僧侶だ。冒険になんか。それも一興か。それしたらか。俺に勝てたら仲間になってやるよ。
Oh, God.
本当だ。
He doesn't have the best poker face in the world.
フリーレン様
Look at her sleeping.
ストルク様の
Oh, he lost it all too?
村長の一人勝ちさ。鬼人のごとき強さだぜ。
ザイン
今更だよ。俺はもっと早くあいつを追いかけるべきだったんだ。
He doesn't want to cheat on his best friend.
落ちぶれたパンツ
I wonder if his best friend's alive.
I don't know. I mean, he would be if he had gone with him.
僕たちと一緒に魔王を倒そう。
今更だよ。
Hmm.
もう500年以上魔族との戦い方も忘れて
I've been laying low.
もう先送りしすぎた。きっと魔王と戦うのは
500 years, that's interesting. So she left the house at one point.
どうした？
Between when Flamme died and when when she found them.
話をしている。
他は誰？
You wanna waste your life? Then come with me.
やっぱり私残念
Exactly.
だったら。
だから意地でも仲間に誘うことにした。
Turn into Luffy over here.
You're
You're on
part
my
of my
crew now.
crew, yeah.
ありがとう。あったかい。
The most useless jacket of all time.
収穫祭も近いし、ゆっくりして決定返してくださりました。よかったね。いい人たちで。でもは処分に困ってました。奥様、来てください。
Didn't know what to do with the axe. It's like a super valuable weapon. This is like a really well crafted thing.
の分です。
Dwarven steel.
俺が一体何をしたって言うんだ。
剥がしたこと怒って
やったのは俺じゃなくて村長だって。
ギャンブルする人は最低です。
ごめんよ。
ましてやのに。酒を飲む僧侶はどうなのさ。知らないんですか？酒は百薬の長なんですよ。はい、ダメ。まあ仲間にするかどうかは別として。
He's like blessing all the wine. Ah, yes, this is holy. It will heal you from the inside out.
たまには背中を折ったんだよ。勇者ヒンメルがそうしたように。
どうやらこの冒険者たちは
Her own kind, as in not just geniuses, but geniuses who are like wasting
Lazy.
their time in a, toiling away.
毎日のように俺を勧誘してくる。諦めさせようと努力した。無駄だった。満ちたあの時のあいつみたいな目で俺を冒険に誘いやがる。僕を巡ってくるだけだ。3年には戻る。覚悟が決まんねえなら、そん時でいい。
And he never came back.
こいつらに誘われるたびに思う。なんで今さら。
You're like 30 max. You're literally like 25 years old.
そうですね。酒にタバコにギャンブルに。
それ本当に僧侶なの？
やはりハイター様は真面目な方
Yeah.
ですね。
Makes him look super good.
年上のお姉さんが好きですね。
Well,
もはや破壊層じゃねえか。
Frieren's like,
年上の
yeah.
正直
yeah, I'm sure you'd have no idea. I'm sure you have no idea.
Just so you know, I'm 1,000 years old.
Why do they have these old, like, appliances and...
Because they just have like the cheapest and
cheapest
like
version?
worst one possible. But who's making them is what I want to know.
お姉さんと旅がしたくないか？
バカか。
Of course I would.
そのためにガキの頃の俺は。どこ？そのお姉さんはどこ？
ここだよザイン。
I'm standing next to Fern who's taller. It doesn't count.
It's
I'm not into
funny as-
bestiality. You're not human.
じゃない。
すごく辛そう。仕方がない。本当はあまりこういうことはしたくなかったけれど。
Takes that potion. Thunk.
ああいう仕掛けを使う時が来たよ。
The seduction technique.
何それ？
投げキッスだよ。坊やはまだ。
Sunny.
何なの？
What the fuck?
試した時は失神するほどの威力だったのに。
It's because Himmel was in love with you. Stark was raised with all men, and then raised with a dwarf alone in a cave, and then she was raised with a priest, so of course they're like, whoa, that's so scandalous.
もういい加減にしろ。俺は冒険者になるつもりはない。ザイン。あいつは3年後には帰ってくると言ったんだ。
And it's been 10.
あれから10年も経った。もう死んでいるに決まったんだろうが。
会いに行ってもいないのに諦めるんだ。まだ今会いに行かないと。
Oh, it's only been 10 years.
だったのかもしれないって。
Yeah.
It's only been 10 years. Longer than almost as long as I wait for a doctor's visit. It's nothing.
話をしているんだよ。ザイン。
いけない。理由は10年前にあいつについていかなかったのと同じだ。歯を出るだなんて。そんなことできるわけねえだろ。いるんだ。ザイン。ファイター様が生徒から消えちまったんだ。どの際があれば生徒の司祭としてもやっていけるでしょう。私が生徒。ハイター様。その場合、弟はどうなりますか？もちろん生徒。まあ、せっかくの話ですが、私はこの村でも生活には困っております。幼くして両親を失っています。この兄です。あの子から故郷まで奪うことはできません。
He looks extra like the guy from Mushoku Tensei here as a kid.
では、無駄失礼。君の弟さんに簡単でも話していくとしましょう。兄貴は俺のため。
It's like, you fucking
He
idiot.
stayed in it for me.
お前と私を一緒にするな。一度だって後悔したことはない。それに比べてお前後悔し続けるつもりだ。もういい。
Now go follow your fucking dreams.
俺、冒険者になることにしたよ。あいつを追いかける。まだ10年しか経ってねえしな。
そう。
君の目的はあいつを探すことだ。あいつを見つけて、俺はガキの頃のくだらない夢を語る途中までだ。途中まで一緒に行ってやる。
やりましたね。
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Priest Ghetto.
お前たちの何なんだ。
天国。
わざわざ目指さん。死ねばみんな行けんだろ。
ザ
げえ当たり強くなり頑張ろうな。マジでなんなの？
Best part of the episode. Not even true. Okay. What you think of that episode?
I like that one. I like this guy. It was funny when they were getting like all their stuff taken from them, and then they just kept getting it given back.
Yeah. I think about that all the time with like these small villages. Like it's like the wealth pool is pretty small for this tiny village. Like there's not enough to like throw around. It's like, oh, I gambled my money away, but I'll make it back. It's like that. You're just gonna. There's like a few hundred gold circulating throughout this town. Like. You know, so if you run out,
only get more when someone happens to come here and spend money.
Yeah, and also, like the church gets money from the fucking local government, right? They would technically, so because they aren't working in the fields, they're working as priests as their job. So like they either get donations from people who stop in, or they just get it from the chief who they lost all their shit to anyway.
That's
so they're just like
take it back. It's like what's this guy gonna do with this axe and like these tailor-made clothes for like these other guys, and then if you keep their stuff, then they can't play again, so you have to give it back and then they'll play again.
Exactly.
It's like these fake stakes, and it's the embarrassment of them
getting thrown out naked.
And then they just get it back, so it's just, I like it. I
just love that idea, and it is true. Like, oh, they must be nice people, because there's a million fairy tales that start off the exact same way and end a lot differently. Yeah, but I also really loved, obviously, Frieren trying to seduce. I'm gonna call him Zane, because they keep saying Zane, but then the subs say S-E-I-N, but they're spelling that's the way they say it. It's like Zane. So it's like Z-E and then Een. But I don't know if it's just the way that they're saying it, and it's actually spelt with an S sound rather than a Z sound. But yeah. Because I don't think that I'm not sure if there's a differentiation with Z and S in Japanese. I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't know.
Love when Stark's like, wouldn't you love to travel with an older woman? I just love that he's not like thirsting over her. He's like, she looks like a child.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not a pedophile.
I like that they go against the trope. It's like, oh, so she's legal. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's like, that's.
Just like, no, sorry.
And I love how they start off like that. He's just like, young lady, Ojo-chan, will you help me out? As a young lady, will you help me out? And then she's just like sitting there like.
No, I love how you don't see like that's what part of why like the show's so good. Like he's here and he's like telling the story, and then it like shows her sitting. Yeah. And like they leave it for as long as possible, and she's like, why are you telling me this? And then it flashes back to him and he's like this close to going in the swamp.
I just love the delivery, because I don't know if it's in the script or not, obviously, but it's like the way whenever something like that happens, they're just like,
yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so like just that part of like the starting off everything like all right, well, like I don't know, just it feels like it's just so good. It's
so funny. And I love like Fern comes in and she's like, Frieren, did you get the herbs? And then the guy's like, help. It's because it's so funny. It's because she knows that Frieren is gonna do something, but like she also knows that Frieren is a piece of shit and is gonna like take as long as possible to do it. And just like mess around and just sitting there like all tucked up like that, just she's so funny. And Stark just getting annihilated. And I love how the thing that I was thinking is so funny is because Fern always wants to like carry people, but then this time she just lets Frieren do it, and she's just like holding him like this.
Yeah. Well, it's smart, yeah, because they're spending their mana on flying, because other times they've been flying and they like hold him or something, like they use a fly spell and they're also like telekinesising him. But this, I think, maybe I'm making that up, but or no, they've picked him up and walked around.
Yeah.
It's a concentration spell.
The tub. One thing that I also love is like they're buying new things.
Yeah.
Like they're buying. It's like, oh, we need to like be poor. We need to like spend as little money as possible. So we're gonna get rid of all of our like normal useful stuff that we already had and therefore didn't need to pay for because we already had it. And we're gonna buy a new tub. We're gonna buy a new scythe. We're gonna buy like mini versions of all these things. And I'm like, did you have to special commission this? How is this any cheaper than buying or than just keeping the thing that you already had? Or like,
yeah, it's funny to me to think about the writing process of this because it's clearly it seems to me that that these jokes started from like, how do I communicate how boring and like not depressing because it's not supposed to be sad, because maybe that was it. It was like, how humble and boring and impoverished they are and how like little luxury they have, despite it being like somewhat comfortable. Like, but you know, you don't want it to be sad, so you know, you could give them like shit, like they could be living in shit, but then that's too sad. So what do? Oh, they don't have the money for good things, but that's too sad of an idea. What if they have enough money for a tiny version of that thing? Like, to communicate the same thing without it being depressing and it also being really funny.
Yeah.
It's just you can see the kind of evolution of that joke kind of in the writing process, and I think that's really funny. Yeah, this is a good episode.
It was good. I'm excited for this guy to join the party, and I'm excited to see what happens next. Leave a like, subscribe. You can check out our Patreon for uncuts. Goodbye.